Okay, so welcome to chapters 3 and 4 in Wuthering Heights. In chapter 2 at the end, Lockwood had to stay at Wuthering Heights overnight, and chapter 3 sort of involves what happens during that stay. So he's taken up to a room where Zilla specifically says no one has really stayed here since the master meaning Heathcliff, is a little bit weird about it. And he goes in and he sees a ton of books that belonged to Catherine, and he sees these names: Catherine Linton, Heathcliff and Catherine. And it's in this room that we are first introduced to the idea of a possible supernatural element being in this book, which would be very on the nose for Gothic literature. Gothic literature quite often has supernatural elements, whether or not they're meant to be actually supernatural or figments of the imagination or madness. And it's in this room before he falls asleep where he mentions the idea of specters, and he feels very ill at ease. And once again, in Gothic literature, the external, the setting, often is reflecting the internal or the conflict. He does go to sleep, and he is awakened twice. The first time through just natural causes, so it seems. Fir branches on the window and it's making a scratching sound. And then the second time, there is an encounter that he has with a specter that we don't know as the reader if this is supposed to have been in his head in the dream or if this is perhaps actually happening in reality. And of course, the figure he saw named herself Catherine Linton, and it said that she was very melancholy and that she had been wandering for 20 years, sort of in atonement for some sort of sin that had been committed. He cries out. Heathcliff comes running up. He finds out that Lockwood is in the room. He's not so happy that Lockwood is in the room, and he kicks him out. But we do notice that when Heathcliff comes up, he does ask, "Who's there? Is anyone here?" So that is giving a little bit more credence to the fact that there may perhaps be a truly supernatural element in this book. Another thing I caught is that when Lockwood is observing Heathwood, he says, "Time stagnates here," here being Wuthering Heights. And that reminds me a lot of Great Expectations, if you've read that, the idea of time stopping at Satis House with Miss Havisham. And as Lockwood is leaving the room, we see that Heathcliff is crying out, "Come on, Kathy," as if there is something that he can't move on from. So there is some type of obsession, or it could be a penance of some sort. We don't know yet at this point, but Lockwood's observation of time staying stagnant is very on the nose because it seems like Heathcliff himself is trapped by something. Or someone. We're also